Welcome to GameStop Hometown Heroes. I'm your host, Joshua Gray, and we're coming to you live from the ESL studios in Burbank, California. Tonight, we're going to feature the Dallas region. Quick recap of how GameStop Hometown Heroes works. Players compete online for free in our online cups on Sunday. Now they compete for points. And every week, we show off the best players, the top 8 out of one of those regions. Tonight, we're going to feature Dallas. Next week, we'll be featuring San Francisco. Now, you can get more information about our program, and you can sign up for free by visiting our website, esl.gg/GameStop Hometown Heroes. Big news in the Injustice 2 Pro Series scene. CEO was last weekend, and White Boy with Scarecrow took first place. Now, White Boy is joining us from Injustice 1, so it's great to see him back. And Sonic Fox took third place, falling to Theo's Superman and Slayer's Black Adam. Another big storyline was Madsen finally breaking his top 8 U.S. Major curse. He was using Atrocitus and Darkseid, and if you haven't seen the Madsen versus Biohazard matchup, you got to see the VOD. The pop-off is legendary, and also shout out to the MVP, Devil May Spy, who took that chair on the chin. Well done, sir, and congratulations again to Madsen and to everybody involved with CEO. Last night, Injustice 2 Pro Series online tournament for North America West happened, and Hara Rewind, let me try that again, Hara Rewind was able to get first place. Now, we've seen Hara Rewind play in Los Angeles region for GameStop Hometown Heroes, and he's won 2 weeks in a row. So far, he's dominating the West Coast online scene. But does he have what it takes when it comes to an offline tournament? We're going to find out. He lives in Las Vegas. He'll be going to EVO in Las Vegas next month. And finally, War of the Gods did not happen last night, but they will be happening this weekend for this Saturday. Make sure to sign up and get more info, gauntlet.gg/war, and you can tune in to the top 8 on Tuesdays. Let's take a look at some of the upcoming events we have around the corner. First of all, we have EVO, July 14th through the 16th. Then the regional finals for GameStop Hometown Heroes on August 12th. That's happening in 8 different GameStop stores. More information is available on our website. And then the best top 4 players based on points that compete out of the regional finals on August 12th. They're going to get flown out. The top players, the number 1 players, 1 from each region, will be flown to Las Vegas for our top 8 on August 27th. And then the winner of that event will participate in E-League for Injustice 2. That's going to start October 27th, and make sure to mark your Fridays that week and the weeks after. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's talk about the standings that we have for Dallas for tonight. Now, these are the points based off of last week. Maddox, Chaotic Ominous, Peanut, and Handy Savage round out the top 4, but let's see who made it in tonight's bracket for the Dallas region. For the winner's side, we have Druzod, Showtime, Handy Savage, and Ominous. And joining us from the losers bracket is RM Sorry, Dr. Goodbear, Cat, and Boy Toy. Best of luck to these players. They had a little bit of smack talk a little bit earlier today. Showtime saying that, everything's going to be free. And Handy Savage was trying to get Ominous a sponsor. He was trying to reach out to some sponsors because he said he doesn't think Ominous can get any sponsors, so he reached out to NSYNC on Twitter. So let's see if NSYNC will be Ominous' sponsor in the future. It could happen. It could happen. We want to hear from you on social media. Make sure to follow us, ESL Injustice, on Facebook and Twitter, and use that hashtag Hometown Heroes. And also the VODs are going to be available tomorrow by 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ESLTV. And right now you can catch all the previous matches and also our top 5 videos as well. Last thing, we want to make sure that you guys have a great time, as always, and also to reward you for your time. We partner with our friends over at Project Triforce to give away an Injustice 2 The Versus collection. All you have to do is send us your best low-cost cosplay using the hashtag Cosplay Heroes. We're going to pick some finalists, and the winner, we're going to send you the Injustice 2 The Versus collection from our friends at Project Triforce. All right, that does it for me for the top of the pregame show. Let's kick it on over to Dustin Kane and Evan Hashimoto to give us the updates on 2 other regions and to start off these Dallas matches. Gentlemen.
Thank you so very much, Josh. I'm very excited for this week. And speaking of this week, we had some interesting things happen within the Hometown Heroes because of CEO. Why don't we start with you, Evan, and the Los Angeles region?
All right, for Los Angeles, Rewind, who actually won the online tournament last night, he won his 2nd in a row, pushing him up to first place with 200 points. Sitting tight in 2nd place is Hey It's Kool-Aid, a.k.a. Han Rashid. And Crazy, with his second place placing in the league, has moved to 3rd place with 150 points.
That was very impressive. Second place. I would have messed that up. But moving forward to San Francisco, it is actually going to be Kinetics Sicarios taking the win. Dab probably taking the night off for Daddy Dab or Father's Day, as he has a fantastic family, so that's why he didn't compete this week, but I'm sure we'll see him next week. Also, Everlast and Sun Blackout will be rounding you out in the top 4 for the San Francisco region, which then brings us right now to this moment tonight with our first match, which is going to be none other than Druzod versus Showtime.
Now, we're starting off already with a very interesting match because Druzod is a player who not really anybody knows about, including us. So a lot of times before these, we end up talking to a lot of the players, seeing what they feel about the top 8, seeing how, who they're playing right now, who they might bring out, all the info that we can, because it's just great to know this kind of stuff. But everybody was like, Druzod, I really don't know who he is. But he's been doing great. He's here, he's in top 8 winners. He plays Black Adam, which is obviously one of the scariest characters in the entire game. And he's all right. He's going to show us who he is. This is where we see him for the first time.
Sure. And a lot of players actually said that they would have preferred not to run into him. So I find it very interesting that we don't really know much about him at all.
That's true, but like I said, we're going to see, and his opponent is Showtime. Now, Showtime is a very...
That's not the reason I do this. Then you've a sorry lack of ambition.
You have a sorry lack of ambition.
Sorry, go ahead.
Now, okay, his opponent's Showtime. He is from Houston. He's part of the Combat Houston group, and he's been playing for a very long time in NRS games. Ever since MK9, he has been one of the... He's been a top player.
Yeah, definitely an NRS vet.
Yeah, now his main is Batman, who we're seeing right now. He does also have a Robin that he might pull out, but we'll see if he ends up choosing to do so.
So far, very good start for Druzod. Now seeing how he deals with the pressure. Nice, gets caught with the trait cancel. Here we go into the corner. Good blocks, very nice blocks from Druzod, but gets tagged by the meter burn batarang. Oh, and what a down 2 challenge right after the trait bat.
That was very smart, knowing that he only had 1 bat right there. With 3 bats, that would have almost definitely not worked. Oh, breaks the armor.
Yep, armoring is so scary against Batman, specifically when he has his trade out. Nice check on the 4-2-1. And just like that, Showtime taking the first life bar of the night.
That was such a great punish on that forward 1-2. With the down 1 into the full juggle, that was beautiful. Showtime definitely has a ton of experience here. Now, we do know that he plays with Cat a lot, and Cat is a Black Adam player. There's quite a few Black Adam players actually in our bracket tonight.
There's a few of those around. I heard he's a decent character.
He's aight.
I see what you did there. Nice trait cancel into back 1-2. Trait cancel for Adam is unbelievably plus. Speaking of plus, oh, he catches him. Beautiful. I mean, that wasn't even really a bait from Druzod, because that's actually just a bread and butter combo off dive kick, but it was just mistimed by Showtime, and he just ate another dive kick.
Yeah, that was a pretty weird spot to do a flip out. He lost 2 meters right there. There wasn't really too much for him to gain. He was at very low life. I feel like he might have just, I don't know, he really wanted to get out of that damage.
It didn't, I mean, he ate it anyways.
Yeah.
Nice block. Ooh, that actually could have been punished.
Oh, that could have been punished too.
Drops here from Showtime now, showing some cracks in his so far solid gameplay.
Oh.
Goes for the down 2 challenge, and there was no clash available for flip, or not flip, excuse me, not flip mode. Jeez, Druzod.
Well, and the issue right there is that Black Adam, he does have one of the better down 2s in the game, but it's not easy to use because most down 2s, you see the jump and you throw it out and it stays out there. Now his quick, it's very short, but it's also got a great hitbox.
It does have a good hitbox, but like you said,
if you throw it out too early,
you almost have to let the jump in go in a little deeper than you normally would, like if you would down 2 with Aquaman, who has, like, the second you see the jump frame, you're already in there with the down 2.
Exactly. And so it just wasn't exactly what he was looking for with that. But I don't know if Flip Mode or Druzod plays any other characters.
Again, he's kind of an enigma for us. We honestly don't know much about him. We tried reaching out. We talked to Showtime, Handy, shout out to Solrak from the Atlanta area, I believe. He also plays a lot with the Dallas guys.
Right. I think it was
Texas
Alabama?
Alabama, excuse me. But I mean, his region of competition, I think, would be Atlanta. But he didn't know very much about him either.
But we're seeing he's pretty good. But Showtime, he looks so comfortable in this match. I mean, I honestly haven't seen very many players at any tournament play so comfortably against Black Adam. I say that, though, and he has an 80% life deficit as we speak.
Well, that's Black Adam, right?
That's true. I mean, that was pretty much 2 openings.
Flawless so far.
And now a little bit better than a 1-bar flawless. Showtime's gonna have to do a lot if he wants to make it back.
Yeah, he is. That's another raw dive kick that was above the belt, the utility belt that could have been punished at, was not by Showtime. Oh, here we go. Opens him up. Crossover jump 2. I heard it's decent. Right back into the corner.
Again, that's one of Batman's largest strengths is A, he's so great in the corner, and B, even if he gets you out of the corner, he can combo you back into the corner.
There's a lot of cool creative options that you have if you are a Batman player, especially with your combos. Nice tech. Again, that down 2. It does work. It's one of the few down 2s that I feel like can be consistent against Batman.
It definitely...
It will trade most of the time, but that's so much better than having to hold that chunk 2.
Right, especially with Black Adam damage, the trade is pretty good in his favor.
Okay, more pressure now. Opening him up. Wait a second. Showtime forcing a clash out of Drew Zod.
With even meter, it looks like Showtime's going to be spending it all.
Okay, he actually wants to do a little bit more damage. No meter, and the trade is now out. Another bat is regenning, but look at the damage. Lack of wake up in the cross-up. Wait a second.
Oh, he could have clashed that.
Kill. Why did it clash?
He could have clashed. Why? Oh, it was great. Honestly, it was weird because it looked like Showtime was even waiting for that flip out. He did the forward D cross-up, and he just stood there and waited. And then he didn't punish it. Got picked up and didn't clash. He could have clashed that. He could have put himself in such a great situation.
Even being down a meter, I feel like eating that 1 bar, 15%, would have been way better than holding for the combo and not clashing, because obviously he just lost because of that.
Right. I also, though, I don't think he was down a meter because he just meter burn flipped out. So I think...
No, I think Showtime was out of meter there.
Okay,
I think if he would have clashed, he would have clashed without meter. But
that's fair.
I think Drew Zod only had 1 bar. So, I mean,
right.
Save yourself and stay in that round, or...
Yeah, or just lose.
Or just lose.
Yeah, plus it's pretty hard to escape chip, actually from both of these characters, so it really would have come down to one strange mid-screen.
But I will say, Batman has really good air options to avoid most of the chip that Adam has. Again, not the greatest with air control. Batman can float, get away from low lightning. He can also do it for black magic, dive kick. The only thing really Adam would have had, I mean, I say really, but his trait would have been the factor there.
All right, and a nice challenge on the bats. Again, Drew Zod showing he's not really respecting bats. I feel like Showtime should start trying to bait him a little bit more.
Again, getting caught with forward 1-2 into low lightning, and that is going to do it for the first round. My goodness, that's the second time in a row where Showtime's almost been flawless on the first life bar.
And then this is exactly how it started again. He took a little bit of damage from zoning, but last time he did make the entire life bar back with some pressure, but he's got to make it back in. Oh! Weird flip. I guess it stopped him from taking some damage, and actually it did give him an opening. So.
Yeah, huge 4-3 opening as well, as now we get more pressure. Misses the cross-up. And Drew Zod, I mean, this is a good tell for...
Oh no, this corner! This corner!
Does he know about it, though?
It doesn't appear so. So this corner has one of the best interactables in the entire game for Batman. He can use those drones repeatedly with very low cooldown, and it is one of the strongest zoning tools that I've ever seen.
It's actually impossible to get in.
Well, for some characters. Black Adam would definitely have some options to challenge it at least. But
who are you playing when you figured that out?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This won't end well.
So as we talk about that already, a devastating round for Showtime. Has to use his clash. Gonna get and that could have actually been the end of it.
He opens him up once, and that should be the second life bar. He could do it.
No, it's definitely possible.
Now, both of these characters are some of the highest meterless damage characters in the entire game. And with meter, both of them just get even higher. I mean, we saw Rewind last night on the online IPS tournament do like 670 damage.
Yeah, wow, just like that, Drew Zod is now up 2-1. Showtime did say that this top 8 was free.
Dang.
It's not looking like that so far.
Definitely not. But Showtime, he's been playing really well. He could have won the second game. He did win the first game. And then the third game was not looking so great. Now, one thing about Showtime, though, is that he is known as another name also.
Yes.
Occasionally.
Salt time.
Correct. Salt time. And that is because he does tend to get angry at his losses.
Man, I don't even know if angry is the word I would use. He gets, he just gets so upset. And I feel like I have to whisper because if he hears me, he's gonna get upset. Frank is one of those players that he just doesn't like to lose, you know, like ever.
I remember at MLG Anaheim, he lost to Crazy, and he just said some nasty, nasty things to Crazy. He was like, you do this stuff, you kill me in one combo.
Words were
so dumb. And then like 10 minutes later, we were walking outside, and he walks up to us. He's like, hey man, good stuff. It was a good game, dude. It was good. It was this huge turnaround. We were like, what? But that's just how he is. And he's a very passionate player, is the way that I think I would say it. And he's got a great start right now.
Yeah, this is much better from Showtime. This is what we want to see. Good pressure. I like the way that he's now starting to back off and change the pace.
Lands on the last hit. That's not too bad of a hit.
That's actually, honestly, a fantastic thing for you. If you're hitting that, you're hitting the last hit of Gold Lightning, and Black Adam spending a bar for essentially really nothing. Oh, cross up. Dirty.
If he had spent meter, that would have been game.
Oh, he pulled out a bat, his trait, and he got clipped by the forward 1-2.
So now this is a match point for Drew Zod. He's on Showtime's final life bar, potentially.
Oh, nice forward three, huge!
He dunked him right out of the air.
Speaking of, that was actually a very nice conversion from Showtime off the trade.
All right, good choice not to disrespect the bat right there. Drew Zod is really good at that spacing. It feels like both of these players are very comfortable in both of their respective
I gotta say, Drew Zod is also doing a fantastic job of checking Batman whenever he goes for his trait, which can be a little risky, but so far it's actually paid off very well for Drew.
Yeah, it is a very high reward option if you end up punishing his trait.
Okay. Now, the thing about this is, honestly, Batman doesn't even really have to go in that much against Adam. He can kind of sit back and zone a little bit.
It all depends on the life lead, and right now, Showtime needs to get back that life lead before he decides to try zoning, and it's starting to work. We did see him zone earlier in the game. As soon as he got that early burst, he took the life lead, and the zoning was working, but if he just makes a few bad trades with Black Adam, then it's going to be really bad if he's at low life.
Yeah, good job avoiding the unblockable interactable, but the lightning came right after the punish. Good block, nice check. Oh, down two, no conversion, he tried.
Opens him up, but no conversion.
Plus frames. Evan, wait a second. There is no clash available. He does not have 2 bars to try to roll out just yet, and a reset, and that's it!
The classic Batman reset that's actually so much better in Injustice 2. The ambiguous jump over. The true 50-50.
Yeah.
Is he going to hit you in the front, or is he going to hit you in the back?
And that's the messed up thing about it, right? Because he can hit you on the way up in the front and still combo you when he lands.
Right. And it's actually, even if he's physically behind you, there's a spot where he can look physically behind you, but still technically hit you in the front, and then he lands behind you. So you have to block in the front, and then you have to block cross-up. It's very, very difficult to deal with.
Silly.
It's one of the reasons why Batman is finding so much more success in this game than Injustice 1. It used to be one of the biggest issues with Batman was you could literally just block him forever. And you would sit there and block. You could block for 30 seconds if you wanted to, but then he makes one mistake, you hit him with Superman, Black Adam, somebody like that, and then boom, it's over. But in this game, you cannot block Batman forever.
That's true. He will eventually open you up somewhere. Whether it's in the skies or on the ground.
And that means that the set will be tied up 2-2. Showtime and Flip Mode, aka Drew Zod. I wonder if he was a Zod player. I believe Drew Zod is actually Zod's name. It's like Kal-El. His name is Drew Zod.
Oh, interesting. I mean, you would know, considering you hated Kal-El for so many moons. All right, here we go. Final match of our first winner's side battle. And it is home court advantage for Drew Zod as he is in conduct.
So we've seen the stages switch every single time out of these 5 games, and 3 of them have been this stage. Although it was the other starting area, but still 3 of them have been this stage for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's just
gets tagged with the 4-3 from Batman. Good combo damage, all meterless.
Both of these characters, huge meterless damage.
Oh, clips the dash up with the low lightning, very nice. And he's been mixing up a lot of his trade cancels into low lightning or grab, which is what's actually been tagging Showtime all this time.
Oh, and he disrespected the plus frames. Back 1-1 into trade cancel is plus.
Oh, I honestly don't know what side that was. It looked like it landed right on his head.
Do you think Showtime knows either?
Probably not. Do any Batman players though?
I mean, that's the bet. If you can set up a situation where the timing is so ambiguous that not even you know, then it's literally impossible for your opponent to read you.
That's true. All 3 bats are out, using the trade to get in. Nice blocks. Plus frame still. Nice patience from Drew Zod here. Oh, but what a that was a reaction. That wasn't even a read.
Yeah, that is good. Up battering is such a great tool in this matchup.
It comes out so fast too.
What did that just trade with? Was that the up battering? I did not see what connected.
Push block. Clash is still available for both players. Showtime easily with the meter advantage, and this is gonna hurt a lot.
I'm surprised we didn't see a clash. Now he might not get the chance. Good block.
Good push block. Oh, wait a second.
Now this is where the zoning is going to be so hard to deal with. He's got the up.
Oh, and what a read! Showtime, knowing that the only option he had left was to jump over the bats, threw it at the perfect time and snags himself a spot in the winner semis. Beautiful.
Yeah, and a very close set. Went down right to the wire. I feel like an early clash might have saved Drew Zod right there, but he never did it. He never had a chance to use his clash. Another thing he potentially could have done was actually taken the trait hit from the bat and then gotten hit by a battering intentionally and then clash that to get back a little bit more life. But, you know, it all came down to the fact that Showtime, he opened him up. He was really good at the ambiguous cross-up mix-ups, and then he knew exactly when to go out, when to play defensive. It was very, very smart. A good change of pace for a character where you really need to use his changes of pace. And also, I just have to say, great matchup knowledge by both of these players.
Yeah, honestly, it was a very close match all the way. Even when Showtime got kind of destroyed in the first, it was like game 2 and game 3 in the beginning, he got completely almost flawless twice.